Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome back to Nonprofit Enthusiast Live. I'm your host, Lashina Williams, and so excited to be back here with you all. So this month's theme is around crafting a strong nonprofit program. And while thinking about what topic to kind of go over, especially because program is so broad, I want to talk about people, processes, and systems. And if you know me, this is an area that I thoroughly enjoy talking about. Um, Oftentimes I say to programs, and I use this example just because I'm a foodie. If you heard it already, you're gonna hear it again. So I use this example of if we walk into a restaurant and there's nothing on the menu, what are you as the consumer going to buy, right? There's nothing that's being offered by that restaurant. So it's the same thing in our nonprofits. If we don't have strong programs and services and opportunities for our donors to invest in, then how are they going to be able to invest in the mission? So it's very crucial that we build strong, long lasting, impactful programs. And we've been doing a lot of work around fractional COO work. And for those of you that don't know what that is, that's pretty much us working alongside CEOs of nonprofit organizations coming into the organization and really getting our hands dirty when it comes to building the people, processes, and systems within that organization to make it long lasting and allow it to do great things even when they're no longer working with our nonprofit enthusiasts. And that has been such a pleasure and an amazing experience working with the various organization in that type of way. And with that, a lot of it boils down to people, processes, and systems. And I haven't talked about this in a while, at least in this manner on Nonprofit Enthusiast Live. So I wanted to spend some time talking about that. How can we grow our nonprofit to the next level using people, processes, and systems? This is something that in businesses is often looked at. How can we grow our people? How can we grow our processes? How can we grow our systems? And the cool thing I love about that cycle is as you continue to grow each, there's no period. It's not like you grow people, you grow processes, you grow systems, and yay, we did it. We are winning as a nonprofit. It's like, okay, after that, you continue to go to the next level. So it does not stop. It's a cycle because then you're going to need more people because everything is working. You're going to need more processes, more technology to support the growth of your organization. So it's an ongoing cycle and something that I just want to spend some time today talking about. So, with that, let's talk about growing your nonprofit to the next level. Many of you all know me, Lashina Williams. In addition to being the Chief Enthusiast Officer here at Nonprofit Enthusiasts, back in 2012, I had the pleasure of being able to start Love Our Youth, Love Outreach to Value and Empower Our Youth. And that just means so much to me. A lot of the program is surrounded around direct services, partnering with corporations to bring different resources to the communities. And I just absolutely love what I do. And that was an organization that I started while pursuing my master's in nonprofit management, being able to take what was learned in the classroom and apply it to the organization. So that was pretty cool. Let me see the best way to give me 1 second, y'all. There we go. That's a good way to format it. Okay, so that way you still see me. All right, so yes, so I'm going to dive into this and let's go. All right, hold on, y'all. There we go. Actually, I went too far. Okay, so how my journey began. Many would say my journey started way, way back in high school. I would like to say it became, it really did. Being involved in different camps, being involved in different programs, being able to serve in a nonprofit capacity as a youth was absolutely honor for me. But of course, then I didn't know that that was nonprofit work. Then I came off to school, and while being in school, I had the opportunity to work for a national nonprofit organization, working on a project, along with overseeing a grant that they had as well at that time, and continue to grow within that organization, which really sparked my interest into youth programming and also nonprofit work. So while doing that, that's when the certificate for nonprofit management came over to the University of Central Florida. I said, hey, let me try it. And I loved it so much that once I graduated with my undergrad, I went back and was one of the first graduating class through the master's program in nonprofit management. So when I tell y'all, like, I've been sleeping, eating, and breathing nonprofit for over a decade, I truly have. And I really, really love it. So during that time is when I started love our youth, and being able to apply what was learned in the classroom, and then also fill what I recognized as a gap at that time, where it's just a matter of organizations needing another collaborator, someone that comes in and brings in different opportunities and specialists for their youth, and all they have to do is continue to love their youth, provide a safe space for their youth, and then our organization will come in and bring the expertise, and bring the different people in. And you all heard me talk about this, but this is not the purpose of this session. But we do that through the collective impact framework, which pretty much says that we're all coming together. There's a backbone organization holding us together, which is Love Our Youth. We're all coming together, walking in the same direction, going towards the same goal. So that's kind of how we do it. Of course, I talked about that on previous sessions, and and probably do a live just on just on the collective impact framework and how it really shaped the work that we do within our organization. So let's get into this. So I'm sure there has been moments where you feel like you just knew the second that you applied or started the journey of nonprofit, the money was going to be there. The people who you need were just going to be knocking at your door. All the board members that you want were just going to be there, and everything was just going to just fall on you. You got your 501(c)(3), and everything was just going to work, right? But then there was the reality. Yeah. Instead, you may be getting less donations than you expected. You probably found yourself using your own personal funds, probably not getting as much involvement as you thought you would. Board might not be as involved as you would like them to be, or as you all set up for them to be. And you just find that you don't have a lot of time. Like we know as nonprofit professionals, somehow we're wearing a lot of different hats and doing a lot of different things, and that's just where you find yourself, right? So that's where I want to talk about the PPT framework. So people, processes, and technology. So when you look at it, you'll see people is who's doing it, who's doing the work within your organization. Processes, how does it get done? So do you have a standard operating procedure? Does it outline the step by step of how that particular, because we're talking about programs this month, programs happen? Technology, is there any way that you're building efficiency within your organization using technology tools to make sure things run smoothly? And the cool thing about it, when you have the people, the processes, and the technologies all working together, here what happens. Um, First and foremost, there's growth that will happen with the organization when all three are happening. But when you have the people and you have the process, you're able to scale the organization and the work that you're doing. When you have the process and you have the technology, you're able to automate a lot of the things that you're doing. And then when you have the technology and you have the people, you're able to innovate. But in this framework, you need all three to be successful and take your organization to the next level. And kind of how I shared earlier, once you build each of these areas, this is not like a period at the end. Yay, we did that. It's kind of like, okay, now that we built the people, we built the process, we got the technology happening, our programs are running smooth, everything's going well. Oh man, here comes another opportunity. How can we scale this, get this to more areas within the community? Or it might be serving more participants within our program. Oh, guess what? If we want to serve more participants, what do we need? More people, right? And it kind of goes all back. We need, is our processes that we currently have going to work anymore? What about the technology? Maybe what we had before, our member management or our client management system may have worked for the small scale that we have, but now we need to be able to operate it in multiple. So what does that mean? Do we have to upgrade licenses? What does that look like? So it's a continuous cycle. So I like to emphasize that because I don't want anyone to feel like, okay, we check, 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 we're done. There is no period in this process. It's a continuous growth cycle for your organization. So people, who's doing it? Let's talk a little bit about that. I'm not gonna go through this one too much. Let me go to the next. Um, let's see. I want to go here. Okay, so the people in PPT. This looks different for each organization depending where you are. You might be an organization that's at the level where you're able to bring in employees, or you might be at that starting phase where you're just 100% volunteer led, and that's okay. So the people in your PPT looks a little bit different. It may be, hey, I have volunteers, I have interns, and then eventually as we continue to build the capacity of our organization, we're moving into contractors. Then we find that there's a need for more contractors more frequently or in an employee type format. And then we're starting to I'm sorry, employ and bring on employees. So the people in PPT looks a little different. I'm going to emphasize this portion just because I know that a lot of organizations just starting out, employees and contractors may not be an option for you. But board, volunteers, interns is really where you're really focusing on. So, of course, building a strong board of directors can help you in this framework to help you build capacity for future employees. Um, Volunteers, especially if you have particular areas that your organization, we're talking about programs, so you might have particular areas where you need someone out to come out and facilitate a session, or you just need someone to be able to support some of the other volunteers or help with setup, whatever it might be. If you're a food serving organization, you may just need volunteers to come out and help pack and distribute. You That's definitely something to explore. And then the other area as well is interns. If you're close to a local organization or a local school, you might be able to either get interns that's seeking credit within their school, or you may also be able to work with your local workforce center to get paid internship. I know for our organization, when we initially started out, we were right there. We had a board, we had volunteers. And then eventually we were able to work with the local university and have interns come and support some of the different areas of the organization, including our programs. We've had marketing interns, we've had program interns, we've had you name it, we've had interns, and they're absolutely amazing to be able to work with and also help our organization scale its capacity. So interns is definitely something to look into. But here's the thing where a lot of organizations end up. If you're one of those, like, I've already tried interns, I tried volunteers, I tried these other things, and it's not working out. Sometimes what ends up happening is you have the people, but you might be lacking the processes and systems to be able to help them know exactly what they're doing and how they're doing it, and what means are they using to do it. So just consider that, and that's why it's so important. I wanted to spend some time talking about this framework of people, processes, and technology. How can we fix these areas so that they're all working together? And of course, I know this is just a short nonprofit enthusiast live session, but I just want to kind of get you all thinking about this. If you're at an area and you have some of these pain points, how's my people? Okay, everybody's in place. We have a great team, but you know what I realize is that Let's say I'm just making up scenarios. You know what I realize is that we have the right people, but every week when this program is running, we got the same problem happening. Are we able to kind of look at what's the problem in the processes? How do we make that a little bit smoother? How do we document these processes out to help us with growing this area? And the cool thing about documenting it, eventually, as let's say you move into like the employees or contract or whatever other phase it is, you're able to continue to share this document. And so yes, uh, here's the people. And I know for many organizations, like, what people? Is just me, I am the people. But if you are the people, consider how can you bring in volunteers, interns, and work alongside your board to be able to bring in more people to support the operation and what you do within your organization. Okay, so with the framework, so we talked a little bit about where to find the people, how to develop a process, what areas can we automate, how to maximize my existing resources. These are a lot of questions that I would get when it comes to this framework, and that's where we are here to help. If you need any assistance in developing your people, processes, and systems, whether it's through our coaching program or it's our fractional COO support that we have, just know that we're here. We've worked with the organization that in a very short time, we just did a few coaching sessions and saved them uh, thousands. Pretty much through the sessions, we were able to realize, oh, you have opportunities to bring new positions in. And they came back in a short amount of time. It's like, hey, I was able to get our salary and conducted training as needed for the positions I'm looking to fill. Administrative assistant and marketing was there two positions that they're looking to get filled, but they found an opportunity to be able to have it paid for their organization. So that's something that we were able to uh, work through. So we get really creative, and they were one of the organizations that they didn't have a lot of funds to just go and hire. So we had to get creative with how can we bring the people, processes, and systems within the organization to them. So I hope this was helpful. I know this is a little different for our nonprofit enthusiast live, but it's something that keeps coming up. I was reading something yesterday around people's process and systems, more in the for-profit realm and how it helps grow. And I just like to remind our nonprofits that it helps us grow as well. Looking at this, if you're experiencing a lot of like times where you're like, oh my gosh, I know something's not working. Look at your people, look at your processes, look at your systems, and see how if where in that you might be experiencing the issues. So, but the best part about it, guess what? You don't have to figure it out alone. If you need any help along the way figuring out your people, your processes and systems, we're just a phone call away. Check us out at nonprofitenthusiast.com. You can learn more about our services, who we are, what we do, and how we do it, along with schedule your free consult on our website. So please take some time to do that. Other than that, that's all I have for you all. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat box, and I'll definitely make sure that I answer them. So thank you all so much for tuning into Nonprofit Enthusiast Live today, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next show. See you. Bye, everyone.